We have some interesting data coming out from Redfin that I want to go over. In one of my previous videos, I talked about one of the biggest tests coming to the housing market. And in that video, I talked about how the spring and summer months will determine what type of housing market we're going to be in this year and most likely the years to come. Because we know that usually during the spring and summer months, demand picks up in the housing market, home prices usually go higher, and that sets the tone for the rest of the year or just how the housing market is going to be. And so some recent Redfin data talking about different stats about real estate has recently come out that I want to highlight in today's video. And hopefully it can shed some light on whether you should pursue buying a home right now during the spring and summer months, or maybe wait later this year until you look for a new house or invest in a new real estate property. And also this data is interesting so you can be in the know of what's happening in the economy. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for some more content around the housing market, personal finance, and the economy as a whole. All right, so I'm on here on Redfin, and the first thing I want to highlight is that essentially they have a measure to show how many people are requesting a tour or trying to make an offer on their platform. And that's been up to its highest level since last May during the week ending March 26, 2023. So it reached its highest level since May of last year. And May was probably the peak of the housing market, and then it suddenly dropped. It's to that level right now. And so I think that's interesting because if it's at that level is only going to increase. And I've learned that according to the Mortgage Banking Association, mortgage applications have increased for its fourth straight week. And of course, that's due to mortgage rates falling a little bit, with the Fed not increasing the Fed rate as much as people or banks thought it would. And so mortgage rates have been going down, but they're still pretty high, over like 6.3%. The other thing that I want to highlight is that pending sales dropped 19% year over year nationwide in 4 weeks ending March 26, the biggest decline in about 2 months. So even though we're seeing this uptick in demand, we are still seeing that pending sales have dropped. And maybe just right now, the demand is not translating to the pending sales or homes sold, because this is just showing interest that a lot more people are interested in buying a home, and then they apply for loans, and then they just go through this whole process. So maybe pending sales will change in about a month or two. The other thing I want to highlight is that home prices have continued to drop in 28 of the 50 most populous US metros area. The biggest drops are in Austin, Texas. Then you have 4 Northern California sectors or metros: San Jose, San Francisco, Sacramento, and Oakland. And then you have the opposite, more on the East Coast. You have price increases happening in Florida, of course, in Fort Lauderdale, in West Palm Beach, Florida, Providence, Rhode Island, wow, and Virginia Beach, Virginia. And then US home sales fell 1.8% year over year to $360,000, marking the 6th straight week of declines after more than a decade of increases. So the 6th straight week, the median home sale price have been decreasing. This is great news for us. Of course, it's more expensive to own a home because interest rates, mortgage rates have more than doubled so far, but it's good seeing that home prices are finally declining, right? After decades of increases. All right, so I talked about mortgage rates. So mortgage rates are at 6.32%. So it declined for its 3rd straight week. And of course, this happened because of the whole debacle with Silicon Valley Bank. And then that made the Fed not be as aggressive with their interest rate hikes, which they eased on mortgage rates and whatnot. So that increased demand for mortgage applications and people going out there and buying a home. So I talked about how mortgage applications are increasing, but I guess the good thing is that they're still down 35% from a year earlier. So even though for the 4th straight week, mortgage applications have been increasing, they're still down year over year over 35%. Now, just talking about this demand, they show that Google searches for home for sale were up 44% from the trough they hit in December during the week ending March 25th, but they're still down 17% from a year earlier. So yes, we're seeing these increases on a week by week basis, on a month by month basis, but overall year over year, demand is down in the housing market. All right, so right now I'm looking at new listings on this Redfin weekly housing market data chart, and it's showing that new listings are increasing. So it's good that new listings are increasing because you want to see that in the market, but they're still down over 21% year over year. And that's not good for supply, because in order for home prices to really drop where it becomes more affordable with these higher mortgage rates, we need a much higher supply. But people are holding on to their houses because why do they need a new house when their mortgage rates are at 2% and they're not going to find something that's more affordable for what they have currently? Right now it's down 21%, but it's good that it's increasing, because another interesting correlation that you see is that sure, new listings are increasing, but if you go over here and you look at active listings right here, you see that it's actually decreasing. And so this is a very interesting correlation, because you would think, okay, the more listings are increasing, shouldn't active listings increase? Well, that's because people are holding on to their houses. First of all, new listings are at a lower rate than what they're usually at, and people are just not putting their house on market as much. But the good thing is that active listings are still up over 13% year over year. If you could see, back in 2022, active listings were around 613,000, where right now it's closer to 700,000. And then in 2021, it was around 705,000. And so are seeing an increase compared to last year, which is a good thing, but we don't want this to keep on going down. We need it to go up, right? We need it to be in the millions, hopefully sometime soon. So that's an interesting thing that I want to highlight in this chart. Now, we did briefly talk about medium sale price, but I just wanted to show you the price, is that you're seeing the trajectory going back up, and that's because of the seasonality of the spring and summer months. But it's good to see that it is lower than its 2022 levels. Medium sale price is down 2%, and it's been down, like we talked about, for the 6th straight week. That's good news, and hopefully we can see some more flattening, because we don't want it to go close to this line. We just want it to always stay below this black line. All right, now month of supply is very important, because like I stated, we want more and more supply compared to last year, compared to 2021 and 2020. We see an increase happening, but we're starting to see this steep drop happening that didn't really happen back in 2022. We just saw more of a flattening, and then it went back up. So hopefully we do see a trajectory back up, because yes, it's good that it's been increasing. It reaches peak in like January, where we had 18.1 weeks of supply. Compare that to 2022, it was only 8.9 weeks worth of supply. All right, you all, let me know what you all think of this Redfin data. Hopefully you are all able to understand and just comprehend this data, right? What it's showing. Yes, everything is down, like demand wise, year over year, but we're starting to see the seasonality come through in the real estate market, and hopefully we can stay under 2022 levels with home prices. We keep on increasing our active listings and our new listings, and just more days on market, so that can decrease the price of the home and also just make it more affordable with these higher mortgage rates. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below, and like this video.